This car is having a CAN system. It's having a CAN system. So you could see this is the CAN junction which make communication possible to the OBD2 port. And now the OBD2 port is not having pin 15. The OBD2 port is not having pin 15. So this pin 16, this pin 16, 15 empty, then 14 which is the CAN system, and this pin 8 empty, pin 7 is having a network which is for the airbag and the tire pressure monitoring, and pin 6 is the red wire. Pin 6 is the red wire which is for the CAN high, and pin 14 for CAN low. So it's not having pin 15, and after fixing it I couldn't get the same control unit. After fixing the whole system, I couldn't get the same control unit. So I came here. This control unit that I got was K5 for Cola 204, and this car is 208, and it's having a CAN network system. So that means I have to connect. This control board do not have the CAN system, so the CAN is not working, and you can't diagnose this control unit. After fixing the control unit, it's able to start the vehicle, but you can't communicate with it because this control unit is not having a CAN system. It communicates on pin 15, which is not a CAN network, and this car system is having a CAN network. So I am bypassing it, and I'm taking the network, which is pin 19. So I'll take pin 19 and connect it to pin 15 on the diagnosing port, so that I could be able to communicate with this vehicle. So for now, I'm not able to communicate with this vehicle. So I'm bypassing it and communicate with the control unit, so that I can communicate with the control unit, because this car is supposed to use R1 and it's hard to get the R1. So I'm using the K5 in replace of the R1, but I have to make sure there's communication between the control unit and the diagnosing machine. So that's what I'm working on to fix the issue. So I'll join the wires and test it before I'll do my final work. Now I have taken the wire from, and this is the wire, the communication wire. So I will not connect it now, but rather we'll scan the system and see if I'm able to communicate with it. So go into OBD2, then scan. And I'm not able to communicate with it because there is a CAN system, and the control unit on the vehicle is not a CAN. It's not using the CAN protocol for the scan tool to communicate with the control unit. So that means I have to bypass and check the protocol that the control unit is using. That's why I'm not able to enter into the system. And you can see the check engine light is on, but still I'm not able to enter into the system. So I'll fix for when. So I'll fix the pin 15 and try again. So I tried pin 15, pin 19. I tried the socket 19 and it wasn't to go in. So I tried pin 7, pin 18, which I connected it to pin 7, where there is CAN communication. So I connected it to pin 7. So now I'll put the machine on it and diagnose it again. So now instead of pin 15, I'm using pin 7 so that I can have CAN communication with my diagnosing machine. So you can see the check engine light is on, and now I will scan the whole system and find the protocol that will enter. So the key is on, and you can see the multimeter begins to change when there is communication. So it begins to change, and now you can see I'm able to enter into the system, and I can read fault code and also read live data from So what I'll do is I'll use my big machine, which is the Mazisys, so that I can be able to tell you the protocol that I used to get into the control unit. So now I'm able to communicate with the vehicle through this wire and get back to pin 7, which is this pin 7. So that means I'll fix my Mazisys and help me to know the actual protocol of the vehicle that the engine. So now I'm connected. So let me use the OBD2 so that I can get. So the protocol that the machine will enter will be the protocol. We are not using the CAN protocol because the control unit that we are using on the vehicle is not a CAN protocol. It's not using the CAN protocol. I think it is using, so you can see it changing. Yeah, that means there is communication. So it will open up within the next minute. So this is the protocol, the ISO 9141-2, which is KWP 200. So now you can see I'm having everything. So check for fault code, and there is no fault code. So let me go to live data so that you know that actually did the work. So let me go to live data. Yeah, so you can see the RPM is down, the engine temperature, everything is down. So I'll start the vehicle. I'll start the vehicle, and you can hear the vehicle running. So let me come here. You can see the load, the RPM is high, and you can even see more live data. So I'll allow it to run for a while. Then you can see everything is working. So we use the KWP 2000 protocol to get access to the vehicle, which is on pin 7. So now I can turn the engine off. And you can even see the VIN number. Go back, auto scan the vehicle. So you can see I'm able to select, and now it gives me the VIN number on the control unit, and that's not the VIN number on the vehicle. This is the actual VIN number on the vehicle. Yeah, but now because I've changed the control unit, and I think this control unit is for Kohler, so it will decode it. And 2007 Matist. Oh, okay, so that means from 2007 to 2002, 2003, 4, 5 and 7 did not use the CAN protocol. They used a different protocol, which is the KWP 2000. And for the CAN protocol started from 2002, started from 2008 upwards. So from 2008, 2009, 2010 uses the CAN protocol, but for the 2007 downwards uses the KWP 2000, which is on pin 7, and the airbag also communicate through that line, and the TPMS also communicate through that line, and the cruise and the immobilizer also communicate through that line. So that means I think maybe the TPMS is out. That's why I'm not able to read the TPMS, or the year that's selected there was no TPMS in the system, in those systems. That's why I'm not getting the TPMS. So now I can see a fault code, so I'll go and check the fault code. And check the fault code, and it's giving me lane condition, which is pending. So I'll check why the lane condition is pending. And I traced it was a fault code concerning the speed sensor, which blew the ECU, and they've changed several ECU. So they called me for help, and I came to help them to trace the wire which was causing that issue. And now it seems that issue is solved, but the control board that they got for me wasn't able to communicate with the vehicle because it was not a CAN system. So I just have to reiterate and get access to the protocol and communicate with the vehicle. So now I'm able to communicate with the control unit so that I can be able to tell if there is any fault or not. And you can see the fuel trim, it's almost 19%. So it means the car is calling for more fuel. So I will check why it's running lane and fix that issue. Then I'm done with the vehicle. I'm done with the diagnosing. Thank you for watching.